Okay, so when I was looking at the various ways that I would like to line my van, I came across this very well-known product that seems to be used in many many projects that I've seen on YouTube, and it's called Dodo Mat. So they're a British company, and they actually provide vehicle-based kits. I'm on the website here now. So when you come down, you can obviously choose the type of vehicle you have. It could be a different size van, it could be a 4x4, it could be a caravan, it could be any number of applications that you wish to thermally insulate. But I began initially looking at this small van kit, which I noticed for £150, suitable for, as it says, the vehicle that I've got, Peugeot Partner. Now, this does include a bulk pack of Hex, which is their soundproofing and their thermal liner. So you can see the products here that it actually contains. But I noticed that doesn't actually include everything, and actually I started to look at what other equivalent options might exist out there. So what I decided to do was look at the other options, and I found this website, Caravans. So when you come to the caravans.co.uk website, I put the link in the description. You can click on all of the vans, and two things immediately came to mind. So they've got a van installation kit for £169, which actually does include more things. So it combines the Dodo Mat product with others. So you get the sound deadening product, you get the thermal liner for the walls and the ceiling, but you get a gold lined thermal liner for the base or the van floor, as well as the thermal fleece, which you can tuck into the crevices and the channels of the metalwork that surrounds the van, and also up against the panels over the thermal liner itself. And you get the spray applicator, so it's the high temperature adhesive, which doesn't promote any sagging in warmer temperatures, because vehicles, cars, they do get warm in summer months. So this to me seemed a better option. So for £169, you choose size of vehicle. So this is my size here. The price is still £169. Obviously, apologies for that. Obviously, once you choose larger vehicles, because it needs more coverage, the price does go up. But for me, this seemed a better deal, combining a well-known and trusted soundproofing mat with the other applications of the thermal liner for the walls and the floor, and the thermal liner and the spray. But what I also noticed when I was looking on this page, because I'm interested in purchasing this product, I probably will end up purchasing this product, is they do a free sample pack. So for zero cost, you can have sent to you a sample of these different materials so that you can have a check and see what they look like. Obviously, there's color choices of the carpet too, which you may later want to apply over the top of your furniture, your walls, your floor, your ceiling. It depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? So with that said, I decided to do this. I chose the option that I wanted. So I chose a smoky grey, which, if I recall, is this one. You can, for an extra 50p, choose a second sample, but in the pack you will see, and I'll show you the sample pack that I've received in just a moment, because that's arrived today. It's well worth at least checking this out, having that sent to you. Mine came in, I think it was 2 working days. And I'll get into, in just a moment, what that looks like. Hi there. So, as I said, I've received my free sample kit from Caravans this morning. So it came neatly packaged, took just a couple of days to arrive, and it comes with the samples you requested. So straight away I noticed reasonably sized samples for you to look at. So to begin with, the Dodo Mat product, which is used for sound deadening. So this is a adhesive stick-on application that you then use with a roller to firmly grip to your larger panelled surfaces. So It's good to at least begin to see and feel what that looks like. Then on top of that, still talking walls and ceiling, this closed cell formulation I think that is referred to. So this is just an additional layer of thermal insulation, which when combining the products together and you've got the heat sort of it's either escaping from the inside out or the cold coming from the outside in, these layers are going to prevent that cold seepage into the vehicle or the heat escaping from the vehicle, depending on what you're really or primarily concerned about. On top of that, we've got the fleece line. So again, with the wall application, these will be stacked in this fashion, and then later, depending on your choice of course, it may be wood panelling, it may be carpet, it could be any number of things that you've chosen to do for your project, but I intend to carpet mine at least on the side, so I've gone with this colour choice. So when you think about these products stacked, the heat escaping from the inside out or the cold seeping from the outside in, each of these layers is going to do, it's going to manipulate that temperature. So the cold temperatures coming from the outside in are going to slightly warm as they penetrate these materials, and you've got the same going in the inverse where the heat is slowly or lesser so going to be conducted out of the vehicle. The only other thing that did come was this gold liner, which is said to be used for the van flooring, which I'm not too sure about just yet. Be interested in your thoughts. But this isn't a stick-on application. I think you would spray this on as well, and then you would apply it across the grooves that probably exist in your vehicle, because most of them do. So this obviously has thermal properties as well. But the other thing I thought was kind of nice, and I wasn't expecting this, was they actually give you the colour chart. So you can actually go back and check, well actually, is that the colour I really wanted? Do I maybe want to go for something lighter or something darker? So it costs you nothing, or costs an extra 50 pence if you wanted to have a second full size sample. That was pretty worth doing. So it obviously comes with a little bit of information. But I just thought I'd put this option out there because I don't think I've seen this commented or discussed in other van projects I've been looking at. So again, Kira Vans, I'll put the link in the description, but you may as well have a look at that. Why not? You've got nothing to lose. If you're embarking on or planning a project with the 1 month that are due, take a look at that. So I hope that's been useful. Let me know what product you may have already used or what you plan to use. It may be different again to what I've already talked about. But I guess all I'm saying is, whilst Dodo Mat seems to be a reasonably de facto standard of what people are wishing to use in the UK, is that because lots of people in YouTube and other areas are actually promoting that product, or is it just simply better? Now at the moment I don't know, but as this is a fairly low cost budget transformation that I'm undertaking on my van, I think I'm going to give this a try and see how we go. So with that said, hope that video is useful to you. Let me know in the comments any feedback you may have on the content, the products that you've used or wish to use. Are there alternatives that you'd equally recommend, and I'll check them out. So thanks a lot for watching. Take care.